Good evening, everyone. It's Sunday once again, and it's study time again. Welcome to our civil service exam review. This is also this also invites those who are LET takers. You can also join us here. Welcome po to Gurong Pinoy's Civil Service Exam Review. Tonight, I have prepared test items to review us on English spelling, vocabulary, and grammar. I am still your coach, Coach Shat, and please join me from 7 to 9 o'clock tonight for another meaningful discussion on guidelines and rules on the use of the English language. The test material for tonight has already been shared to our Gurong Pinoy's group members. So get ready po. Should you also wish to have access of our test materials such as the test questionnaires and the full video of this session, please do visit our Gurong Pinoy Facebook page and message us. We will gladly respond to whatever inquiry you will have. All right? And of course, please don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page, Gurong Pinoy, for you to get notified of the recent news and updates on civil service examination and of course, licensure examination for teachers. All right, we will begin in a short while. I can see that some people are tagging their friends here already. So if you still do know friends who are also about to take the civil service examination or the licensure examination for teachers, please do tag them here. Gurong Pinoy is glad to reach as many people so that we can also help as many people, as many aspiring test takers successfully pass the examinations. All right? Sige, let's wait a bit for the others to get in. This is the second Sunday for our verbal reasoning review. I'd like to invite you for the whole month of June. Coach Shat will be with you for the verbal reasoning. So please mark your calendar. Don't forget to join me every Sunday of June. All right. So now that everyone is set, I'd like to invite you for a short prayer. Just like in any endeavor, it is always best that we offer it to our Almighty Father. And so please dispose yourselves properly so that we spend a minute or two be with our Creator and offer Him the success of tonight's review session. Lord, we know that you are always with us and you love us. Give us peace of mind as we prepare for this time of study. Help us to focus on the discussion. Keep us from all distractions so that we will make the best use of this time that you have made available to us. Give us insight that we may understand what we are studying and help us to remember it when the time comes. Above all, we thank you for the ability to be able to study and for the many gifts and talents you have bestowed upon us. Help us always to use them in such a way that they honor you and do justice to ourselves and to others. Amen. All right. So allow me to begin this session with a quote again. I got this from Paley, and he said that success is no accident indeed, and I agree. Because success is a product of our hard work, our perseverance, our learning, our studying, just like what we are doing tonight, and the sacrifice, our sacrifice of a time for a Sunday night to enjoy with friends, and of course the love of what you are doing or learning to do. And surely, if we have all of these ingredients, then there is no reason why you will not be able to successfully take the examination. So good luck, everyone, and may this session be another meaningful and fruitful one for you as you prepare for the upcoming examinations, either the LET or the civil service examination. Good evening po. You can also input your location so that I would know kung gaano po kalawak yung sakop ng session natin tonight. So we have Ma'am Jennifer from Iloilo. Welcome po. And I think we have already a number here. So let's proceed. So for tonight, what I have prepared for you is a full blast English review. And I divided the session into 3 parts. I'll just tackle some 15 items for your spelling demons. Sometimes we may think that the word is too easy, that we didn't know that when we are presented with the test itself, we get confused whether it's an EI, for example, or if it's a double letter or not. So I have 15 items for spelling demons for us to practice here. And then I also prepared vocabulary. I focused on phrasal verbs and idiomatic expressions. And of course, there are grammar test items in store for you to refresh yourselves with regard to the rules in the English usage and the use of the English language rather. All right? Wow. I wonder where is Bukas Grande Island. I'm not so good with with my geography. So okay, so we have Mom Jennifer too from Samar. So we have 2 Jennifers already. Oh, we have an audience from Mindanao. Welcome po everyone. Just keep on typing in our comment section. And now I'd like you to get ready your typing fingers as I invite you to respond to the test questions that I have prepared for you tonight. So let's begin. For us to be able to keep track of the test item number, as you do input your answers, please don't forget to input the item number together with the number for your choice of answer. For example, if we are dealing with item number 1 and you got number 3 being your choice, so you can input in the comment section 1.3. Okay? The others later on may want to backtrack our messages as they may come in late in the session. Sige. So let's start. As much as possible in the spelling test, because these are commonly occurring words and yet sometimes we get confused with the spelling, I'd like to invite everyone to take a look at the options, and without looking at sources for spelling like the dictionary, whether it's online or offline or hard copy, I'd like to invite you to avoid checking on those. Let's see how much you know about these words. All right? Yeah, good evening, everyone, and welcome for those who have just come in. Let's begin. Number 1. Which of the 4 options contains the correctly spelled word? Please key in your answer. All right. So answers are coming in, and it seems everyone agrees to option 3. Let's check. Indeed, you're right. Very good so far. Let's go to number 2. In civil service examination, the options are labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's also good that we get used to the kind of option that you will have. So instead of writing the letter, please do write the number instead. All right. Wow. We're now moving to item number 4. And in item number 4, so we have, okay. So it seems that we are torn between option 2 and option 4 based on the responses here. Is it double S and double C and double N and double L? There's so many doubles here. Let's see. It should be option 4. So there's, for the word occasion, it has 2 C's and 1 S only. And then we add an adverb. To make it an adverb, we add an ly, so it's double L. Very good so far. Let's go to number 3. Conscientious. How do we spell conscientious? Wow. Congratulations, Ma'am Tess. It's also good to, even if you already passed the test, it's also good to update and refresh your knowledge from time to time. So you're very much welcome here. All right. So option for number 3, it seems that we are on for option 1. All right. Option 1. Let's see. So even if you're not sure with the answer, I just would like to invite you to still key in, just a try. But I hope you're also taking note of the correct answer. Maybe you have your notebook there with you, or if you're using your cell phone or iPads or computer, you can take notes there. So number 1 indeed is the spelling for conscientious. Conscience is spelled until N, and then instead of the CE, we replace it with the TIOUS. Let's go for number 4, exhilarate. Exhilarate. So which one there speaks about the spelling of the word exhilarate? Let's see. So varied answers for number 4. We have option 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. So it indeed begins with an X. Number 1. All right, very good. Sige. Please don't take note, don't forget. And then number 5, this one still, it's an EX but sounded out as egg. Exaggerate. Exaggerate. To say that Gurong Pinoy produces many successful test takers is not an exaggeration. Okay? I think we have a number of you here who are proof to the passing after you have joined us for review. So which one here talks about us, writes the correct spelling for exaggerate? Let's see. Very good. So it's 4. It's a double G. And then it is true to how it is pronounced. The gyrate, not gyrate. Okay, but the EX is sounded out as ig. Exaggerate. Number 6, recommendation. Recommendation. Is it a 2C, a 2M? All right. 4 and 3 for number 6. Okay, but majority says 3, which you are right. So it's a 1C and 2M. Number 7, embarrass. Is it 2R and 2SS? What do you think? Embarrass. All right. 4. Let's see. 3, 4, and 1. For number 7, we have varied answers. Okay, so it's between 3 and 4. Let's check. Number 4. So embarrass has 2 R's and 2 S's. Okay. Number 8. Tomorrow. This one is an easy word, usually occurs in majority of our conversations. Sadly, I can identify some spelling errors still, even in my students. Number 8 is, let's see. Oh, so varied. 4, 2, and 3. Okay, so the best answer here is number 2. It has only one M. My association to the word tomorrow is Tom and arrow. So that I will remember the 2 R's and only one M. Okay, let's go to number 9. Temperature. Temperature. We hear some people saying temperature, temperature. So the pronunciation though is wrong, but it may guide us in the spelling of the word. But the way it is sounded out is temperature. Let's see. We have varied answers so far. 2. All right. Sige. It seems that everybody agrees with option 2. Very good. So that's why we hear people saying temperature, temperature. But the correct pronunciation is temperature. Let's go to number 10. Physician. Physician. How should we spell the word physician? Have you been to a physician lately? In my case, I did. I was. Right. So majority says it's 4, in which you are right. Very good. Number 11. Ambassador. Ambassador. Here's the double B and the double S. What do you think? Where is the double letter needed? Okay. 3. All right. So we have 3 indeed. So 2 S's only. Okay, let's go to number 12. How should you spell outrageous? Outrageous. From the word outrage, and then we add a suffix use, outrageous. Let's see. The answer is very good. So it's option 2. From the word outrage, and then we just add an OUS. Number 13, apparatus. How would you spell apparatus? Apparatus. Okay, let's see. It's option 3. It has 2 P's and only 1 R for apparatus. Now we're down to the last two items. Let me see. Number 14, preparation. Preparation is also a commonly used word. Preparation, from the word prepare. Let's see. Okay. So we have option 1 being the best answer here. The word prepare as an A, and then we have we added the suffix Asian. And of course, let's move to the last item. Permissible. 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 Which one here would speak for the correct spelling of the word? All right. It's okay. Majority says 2, and you are right. So permit, from the word permit, and then civil or permission. Permission has 2 S's and an ION, so we change it to able. Okay, so let me just wait for some answers. Some answers are quite fast to enter in my stream. The others, okay, medyo late lang po. Sige. So that's a short practice on English spelling. But of course, my suggestion is just like vocabulary, we can improve our spelling by reading. So the more we read, the more we get to encounter the word. And whenever you encounter a word, try to take note of how the words are arranged. And as for me, as I prepare for an examination, especially for vocabulary and spelling, what I do is have a notebook with me where I list down the words that I encounter or the words that I get confused with most often. So that from time to time, I can go back to my notes and try to practice on my own. All right? Sige. So let's go. Oh, Sir Gerald, I prepared early. I had a 6 o'clock dinner. So multiple choice. Thank you for the concern, though. I hope everybody have also taken their dinner. But good for you. While you are watching, you can just eat. That's what I do in Zoom meetings and Zoom classes. All right. So the second part, we're moving now to the second part. This is vocabulary, and I prepared 10 items for us to practice idiomatic expressions. Get ready? We talked over the matter for an hour, but without any result. Which among the following here means the same with talked over? Talked over can also be a phrasal verb, and when when the verb and a preposition goes together, sometimes they are labeled idioms. In this case, this is already an idiomatic expression. What does talked over mean? Surveyed, 2, assessed, 3, discussed, or 4, thought about. Alright? Parang unanimous yung answer natin. It's 3. Let's check. What do we mean when we say talk over? So to talk over means, you're right, to discuss something. For example, they talked over the proposal, and after the discussion, they decided to give it their approval. So to talk over means to discuss. And here, you're right. The answer is 3. Right, very good. Let's go to number 17. It was murdered in cold blood. Does it mean 1, coolly, 2, ruthlessly, 3, deliberately, or 4, thoughtlessly? Which one do you think would mean the same with the word? or with the expression in cold blood? If you have a guess. All right, so majority says option 2. Very good. When we say in cold blood, meaning it is done intentionally, cruelly, and without emotion. For example, one young lady was shot dead in cold blood inside the premises of the shopping complex. So, especially when we talk about murder, it was done cruelly and without emotion. So, here we say option 2. When we say coolly and friendly, well, the best answer we could arrive at here is ruthlessly. Very good. Wow, very good so far. Number 18. Suganya stood by her husband in weal and woe. What does the expression in weal and woe mean? With the context saying that Suganya stood by her husband. 1, during illness. 2, by hook or crook. 3, during the operation. Or 4, in prosperity and adversity. Which do you think mean the same with the expression? All right, majority says 4, but there are some who say 2, by hook or by crook. So we're left with option 2 or 4. There's also one saying during the operation. Let's see. When we say in weal and woe, it means that both in times of happiness and success, or happiness and sorrow, happiness of success and times of happiness and success, and at the same time, times of sadness and difficulty, just like the husband and wife's vow, in sickness and in health, in prosperity. So when you are up and when you are down, Dean is a devoted friend. You can count on him to be there in weal and woe. Uh, all of us are praying to have friends like those. So good for Dean who has one. All right? So when you say in weal and woe, you are correct. That's in prosperity and adversity. When we say adversity, it's a problem. So when you are successful and when you are problematic, somebody is staying by your side. In weal and woe. Very good so far. Let's go to 19. I have a bone to pick with you in this matter. What does the expression have a bone to pick with someone mean? 1, a desire. 2, I'm angry or related to anger or irritation. Number 3, a selfish motive. Or 4, a selfless motive. What does the phrase have a bone to pick with someone mean? Option 2. All right. So 4 and 2. Let's see. So well represented yung mga choices natin. There's one answer for each number. But when I say I have a bone to pick with you, this means to be annoyed with someone about something. For example, I have a bone to pick with you, Wallace. I heard how you criticized me at the meeting last night. So when somebody is annoyed, irritated, or even angry. So the correct answer here is angry. Okay, very good so far. Now, for those who got it wrong, maybe you can take note already of the expression and then put the meaning side by side it. If you can remember the sentence, you can also do that so that You have a reference when you try to come up your own sentence using the phrase. Number 20. The inspector was caught red-handed. What does the expression red-handed mean? 1, quickly. 2, found with hands tied. 3, caught with dirty hands. Or 4, caught in the act of committing a crime. All right, let's see. So this time varied in 1. We have also 4. Many say 4 is the answer. All right. So when we say red-handed, it's an expression that means to find someone in the act of doing something that is illegal, like a crime. For example, the boys were trying to steal a car. So this is illegal or a crime. And the police caught them red-handed. The police caught them in the act of doing such crime or illegality. So number 4 is the best answer. Very good. Let's go to number 21. My friends are off to ski. I missed the boat this time, but I will join them next session. Next season rather? What does it mean to miss the boat? Which of the following means the same with the expression? 1, not know the difference between right and wrong. You can also check out the sentence for the context or for some clues. Number 2, let too much time go by to complete a task. 3, long for something that you don't have. Or 4, miss out an opportunity. Miss the boat or to miss the boat. Okay, so 4 din, yung mas maraming answer dito. Alright, sige. So, when we say miss the boat or to miss the boat, it means to lose an opportunity to do something. Usually because you are slow to act. Alright? May mga mas mabilis lang gumawa. Somebody, for example, this usually ends up to cramming or procrastination. When you can do it today, some people miss the boat because they still decided to do it tomorrow or the next day or next days. So, for example, there were tickets available last week, but he missed the boat by waiting till today to try to buy some. So he could have done it yesterday, but he decided to do it today. And so he was slow to act and ended up missing the opportunity. All right? So here, number 4 is the best answer. That is why in preparation for the civil service exam or the LET, I'd like to congratulate you. Instead of waiting for July or August to prepare, you already started joining with me for the session. So mark your calendar. On the next Sunday, I will still have a session for verbal reasoning. And of course, we do have sessions also on Saturday. Saturdays ba? Sige. Basta I know my schedule on Sundays of June. Number 22. Yeah, correct, Ma'am Robana. It's the manana habit. It usually ends up with people missing the boat or losing the opportunity. Number 22. I'm glad that we see eye to eye on the project's details. 1, agreeing with somebody. 2, identifying a minor mistake. 3, treating someone with respect. Or 4, paying close attention to something that someone is saying. What do you think? So 4, majority say 4. Some also say 2 or 1. All right. Let's see. So 1, 2, or 4. Is it paying close attention ba? I'm glad that we see eye to eye on the project's details. So maybe the clue that we can have here are glad and project's details. Why would a person be glad that they see eye to eye? So when we see eye to eye, it's an expression that means to agree with someone. So if you are talking with somebody or if you're deciding on something and you see eye to eye with another, then surely it will not be difficult. It will be a good you would separate ways being glad knowing that you both agree to whatever decision that you come up with. For example, my sisters don't see eye to eye with me about the arrangements. So in here, it's a sad reality that sometimes people don't agree with with your opinion or your ideas, and we don't see eye to eye on business issues. So it's really a reality that sometimes you end up agreeing with another person, but sometimes you end up disagreeing with a person. But to see eye to eye with somebody, it means that you both agree, or all of you present or all parties involved agree. So it's number 1, agreeing with somebody. Okay? If you got it wrong here, maybe you can take note of it. Let's go to 23. We had a whale of a time on our vacation. This expression comes from the animal, the whale. It's so big. So what does it mean? What does the expression to have a whale of a time? 1, to enjoy life. 2, to enjoy leisure time. 3, to enjoy with loved ones. And 4, to enjoy yourself very much. What do you think? Majority say 2, but there's also 3 and 4. Kasi they seem to be related with each other. So to have a whale of a time means enjoyment. But is it enjoying life on the whole? Is it enjoying a leisure time? Is it enjoying with loved ones? Or is it enjoying yourself very much? Let's see. When we say to have a whale of a time, it means to have a great time and enjoy one's self. For example, I went to a karaoke club with my friends last night and we had a whale of a time. So they enjoyed themselves fully well at that time. So the best answer we could arrive at here based on the meaning is to enjoy yourself very much. So we had a whale of a time on our vacation. They enjoyed themselves very much on their vacation. All right. Let's go to number 24. The team's defense is a tough nut to crack. Sometimes you encounter this as a hard nut to crack. What does the expression tough or hard nut to crack mean? 1, an interesting problem. 2, a difficult problem. 3, a unique problem. Or 4, a simple problem. Right? Seems 2. Maybe you're getting it from the word tough or yeah, a tough means difficult, and a nut to crack. Sometimes you really find it difficult to crack a nut. All right. When we say a hard or tough nut to crack, you are correct. It's a problem that is very difficult to solve. Or maybe a person who is very difficult to understand. Sometimes we end up on such a difficult situation where we get to work with or deal with people who are difficult to understand. This one, getting an A in this class will be a tough nut to crack. This is usually my feeling when I attend math classes. They really are so difficult for me. All right. So a difficult problem or a difficult person to understand, a person difficult to understand. So in the choices here, oh, sorry, where does the check mark went somewhere? This is wrong. The check mark should go to number 2. My apologies po. The correct answer here is a difficult problem. I know the answer, but the check mark seems to move somewhere. I hope this doesn't happen anymore. Okay. So again, our answer for number 24 is a difficult problem. Mom Rohana is laughing. Maybe I don't know, maybe you remember somebody. I hope it's about something difficult, a problem difficult to difficult to solve, not a person who is difficult to understand. Again, number 24, our answer is 2. All right. Sorry for this. Let's go to number 25. I think this is the last item for our idioms or vocabulary. Ram sold their house because it was a real white elephant. Sometimes the expression is only a white elephant. 1, a rare find. 2, a useless one. 3, a very big one. Or 4, a very expensive and useless one. So when something is feels like a white elephant to you, then some people start thinking about disposing them. What does white elephant mean? 3 or 4, a very big one. All right. Or 4, very expensive and useless. A white elephant usually put stresses on you. That's why some people, as I've said, would opt to disposing that thing. When we say white elephant, it's an idiom that means any expensive, burdensome, and worthless possession that is much more trouble than it is worth. For example, when he bought the mansion, he didn't know it was going to be such a white elephant. Maybe because it was very big, that it was so difficult to maintain, and it's a mansion, so it's just for staying, for comfort, and it doesn't earn anything unless the person converts it to something that would gain a profit. So if it just stay for comfort and there's a great amount for the maintenance of such, then it becomes a white elephant plus the taxes. All right. So when we say white elephant, from among the choices here, we have 4 being our best answer. Very expensive yet useless. Okay. So out of 25, let's just have a temperature check. How much did you get? Did you get a perfect score back? Can you key in the comment? Can you key in the comment section? Ma'am Naida, kasi malaki nga yung elephant and it's so hard to carry. That's why it's burdensome. Wow. If you're getting 20 over 25, that's already a good score. Wow, Sir Ariel got a perfect score. Very good. But majority here says 20. Oh, for those who are 10, you still have, ano ba, 15 more items to redeem yourself. Sir Gerald is now making his own opinion. I will not read it. the if I read it, I would have the disclaimer: the views and opinions of the host does not reflect the views and opinion of Gurong Pinoy being the organization. Okay. Wow. Sige. For those who are first time in the live session, welcome po. I hope you'll enjoy it here. And more than the enjoyment, I hope that the session will be meaningful to you as you learn something, if not a lot. All right. Ah, yeah. Some of us needs to work on spelling. Sige. So, I've shared my strategy earlier, uh, way back when I was not yet an English teacher. I struggled in spelling and vocab too. But if I check my stack, my notes, there are notebooks there that contains lists of words alphabetically arranged. That's how OC I am. And then there's meaning. And from time to time, if it's spelling, I practice myself by rewriting the words without checking on them. All right? Sige. So we're moving on to the next part. This is a sentence completion part. In here, I included phrasal verbs. Um, there are also difficulties in that because sometimes we know the verb, but we don't know what preposition to pair it with, especially that for many, the topic about preposition is usually one of the hardest, as there are no clear parameters or guidelines when to use the preposition. Sometimes they would overlap each other. You're expressing your opinions now, ah. Sige. Number 26. Maria will, Sir Ron, sana nga may magsabi. Maria will blank for Joanna, who will be on a vacation leave starting tomorrow. 1, fill in. 2, fill on. 3, fill up. Or 4, fill out. So, what do you think fits in here? We are at number 26, and for us to keep track of the test items, better to label it item number first. So say 26 dot, and then your choice. Which one is it? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Majority says 1, right? To fill in. And sometimes the most common confusion is among the three: fill in, fill up, and fill out. All right, let's check. What are our clues here? So there are two persons, and we say Maria for Joanna. So somebody is substituting another because Joanna will be taking a vacation leave. So Maria will be taking over for her. So substitute her in the work. So which one here would mean the same with substitute? Fill in, fill on, fill up, or fill out. So if we say 1 to fill in, it's like it's also meaning to fill out a form. So if we're talking about forms, either you say fill in or fill out. For example, can you please fill in this with your information? So I'm referring to the form. Or did she fill in the form to apply for the scholarship? But to say fill in also means to substitute for someone else for a job or a role. For example, Marie, can you please fill in for Stephanie? So Marie is being asked to substitute Stephanie. or to fill someone in on something. So if somebody has not been online for quite a while and the person misses a lot of news or updates, so you fill in for that person. Could you fill me in on what's going on? I seem not to be so unaware. Or Jane, please fill Joanne in on what happened while she was on vacation. So the person, there's a gap in terms of what the person knows. So somebody will fill in for him or her. So did we arrive at the answer? If you chose fill on, there's actually no partnership between the two. So it's not a phrasal verb. So I cannot provide you with a meaning. But if you answered 3, fill up, it means to fill, but to a complete stage or to make something becoming full. For example, you have a pitcher, you fill it up with water until to its brim. Okay? For example, I need to fill up the car tank. I filled up my water bottle before I left the house. So here we're talking about a container being filled up with something, either a liquid. We filled up the bowl with chips for the party. So either a liquid or a solid. If you say for fill out, it also means the same as filling in an official document, as I have said earlier. The two may be interchanged. Fill out the job application form as soon as possible. But usually, when you use fill out, the form usually has spaces to be filled out. Please fill out these 3 forms, then return here for evaluation. But there's another meaning to fill out. So it can also mean to grow bigger, like to become larger or thicker. So, wow, have you been working out? You really filled out. So, the person grew bigger. So, if we go back to our question, the best phrasal verb here to fill in is our answer. Maria will fill in for Joanna, which means to substitute. Offices, whenever they're giving a form to fill in. Ah, okay. Kasi, ah, yeah. So, Mom Chan, Mamba or Sir? Uh, either of the two can be used, but usually for me, I would use fill in if I wouldn't if there are other entries already in the questionnaire, but if there are spaces for me to fill in the information, I would rather fill out, especially if I will finish the whole document. But based on definition, the phrase fill in or fill out can replace each other because they also mean the same. All right? Ma'am po. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So to fill out, as long as you're not using fill up this form, because I hear people saying, please fill up this form. So it makes it wrong. But either of the two, fill in or fill out, when we talk about completing forms. Let's go to number 27. It's amazing how little you need to blank when you are forced to economize. 1, get in. 2, get on. 3, get by. And 4, get off. Ma'am Glyza, not necessarily inside. To fill in, not necessarily inside. It also means complete. Fill in means complete, to complete it. But you're correct with fill up and fill out. What are our clues in this item? So there's how little you need. We're talking about, and then to economize. Here, we're talking about surviving, economizing to survive. Let's see. All right. So get by. Those who answer 3, well represented pa rin yung choices natin. Some of you would say 1. How little you need to get in. How little you need to get on. How little you need to get by. Or how little you need to get off. Let's see. What do the phrasal verbs mean? When we say get in, meaning to enter. For example, they must have gotten in through the bathroom window. So the entering to a certain place is usually done by force or trick. In this case, the trick is to get into the bathroom window. Parang magnanakaw lang. Sana we don't pass in the window, no? We pass at the door. The minibus has a lift to help wheelchair users to get in, so to enter. But it also means to arrive. What time did you get in the office yesterday? So what time did you arrive in the office yesterday? What time is the plane expected to get in? Meaning, what time will the plane arrive? That's the question of the person. So to get in means to enter or to arrive. Parang hindi din kasi we're talking about economizing. Although you can strategize as to how you would economize, that same doesn't fit. When we say get on, so it means to get along or to have a good relationship with somebody or people. He doesn't get on with his daughter, so theirs is not a good relationship.